Most people over 60 believe that shoulder pain is just a normal part of aging, something you have to accept, live with, and slowly surrender your independence to. But here's a fact that might surprise you. In many cases, shoulder pain after 60 is not caused by old age at all. It's caused by a lack of very specific movement. And even more shocking, for a large number of people, just one correctly done minute a day can begin reversing rotator cuff pain, stiffness, and weakness. The problem is not that the shoulder is broken. The problem is that it has been forgotten. If lifting your arm hurts, if reaching behind your back feels impossible, or if sleeping on your side wakes you up with sharp pain, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your shoulder hurts, what most people do wrong that makes it worse, and how one simple daily habit can help your shoulder heal instead of deteriorate. Let's start by clearing up a very dangerous misconception. Many seniors are told, sometimes directly and sometimes indirectly, don't move it too much, you'll wear it out. That advice sounds logical, but when it comes to the shoulder, it's often the opposite of what your body actually needs. The shoulder is the most mobile joint in the human body. It's designed to move in many directions, but that freedom comes at a cost. Unlike the hip, which is deeply seated and very stable, the shoulder relies heavily on muscles and tendons to stay centered and strong. These muscles are called the rotator cuff. When they are healthy, you can lift, reach, dress, cook, and sleep without pain. When they weaken or stiffen, the shoulder becomes unstable, irritated, and painful. After 60, if you stop using these muscles properly, they don't just weaken slowly. They shut down surprisingly fast. One of the most common reasons shoulder pain appears after 60 is something called disuse atrophy. That's a medical term that simply means muscles shrink when they aren't used. As people age, daily movements change. You may stop reaching high shelves, avoid lifting heavier objects, or stop certain activities because they feel uncomfortable. This creates a vicious cycle. You feel pain, so you move less. You move less, so muscles weaken. Weak muscles allow more strain on the tendons. Strained tendons create more pain. Over time, this can lead to rotator cuff tendinitis, impingement, frozen shoulder, or even tears. But here's the key point: this process is not inevitable. It's reversible in many cases, especially when caught early. Another major factor is blood flow. Tendons, especially in the shoulder, do not have a rich blood supply. As we age, circulation naturally decreases. When movement is limited, circulation drops even further. That means less oxygen, fewer nutrients, and slower healing. Gentle, controlled movement is one of the most powerful ways to pump blood into these tissues. This is why complete rest is rarely the solution for shoulder pain, unless there is a severe injury. Most shoulders don't need rest. They need the right kind of movement. Now let's talk about posture, because posture quietly destroys shoulders without making much noise at first. Over years, many people develop a forward head posture and rounded shoulders. This happens from sitting, looking down, using phones, driving, and watching TV. When the shoulders round forward, the space inside the shoulder joint narrows. The rotator cuff tendons get pinched every time you lift your arm. That pinching causes inflammation, and inflammation causes pain. You might feel it when you reach overhead, put on a jacket, or try to scratch your back. The pain isn't because your shoulder is weak in general. It's because it's weak and compressed in the wrong position. So where does the 1 minute a day idea come from? It comes from understanding how the shoulder responds to gentle, frequent stimulation rather than long, intense workouts. For seniors, consistency matters more than intensity. The rotator cuff muscles respond best to slow, controlled activation that reminds the nervous system. This muscle is still needed. When you do this daily, even briefly, you maintain muscle signaling, joint lubrication, and blood flow. 1 minute may sound too simple, but when done correctly, it's enough to interrupt the cycle of stiffness and pain. Before I explain the movement itself, it's important to talk about what not to do, because many people unknowingly worsen their shoulder pain by following well-meaning but incorrect advice. First, aggressive stretching into pain is a mistake. Pain is not something to push through with shoulder issues, especially after 60. Pain tells the nervous system to tighten up, not relax. Second, heavy weights are often unnecessary and sometimes harmful. You do not need dumbbells to heal your rotator cuff. In fact, body awareness and control matter far more. Third, ignoring pain for months and hoping it will go away is risky. Shoulder problems tend to worsen when ignored, not improve. Now imagine this. Instead of forcing your shoulder to lift heavy objects or stretching it aggressively, you gently wake up the stabilizing muscles that hold the joint in the right position. That's the goal of this 1-minute daily habit. It's not about building big muscles. It's about restoring balance. The movement itself is very simple, and it can be done standing or sitting. You start by relaxing your shoulders down, not shrugging them. Then you gently pull your shoulder blades slightly back and down, as if you're tucking them into your back pockets. This alone already improves shoulder alignment. Now, with your elbow bent at your side, you slowly rotate your forearm outward a few inches, keeping the elbow close to your body. That's it. No swinging, no jerking, no force. Just slow outward rotation. You hold for a few seconds, then return to neutral. Repeating this calmly for about 1 minute activates the most important rotator cuff muscles without irritating the joint. Why does this work so well? Because this exact movement directly targets the muscles that keep the shoulder centered in its socket. When these muscles are active, the shoulder moves smoothly instead of grinding or pinching. Over time, this reduces inflammation, improves range of motion, and decreases pain. Many people notice less discomfort within a few days, especially at night. But healing is not just about one movement. It's also about awareness throughout the day. Simple habits like avoiding prolonged slouching, supporting your arm when sitting for long periods, and not carrying heavy bags on one shoulder make a significant difference. Sleep position matters too. Sleeping on the painful shoulder compresses already irritated tissues. Placing a pillow under the arm or sleeping on the opposite side often reduces nighttime pain dramatically. Another important topic is fear. Fear of movement is extremely common after 60, especially if pain has been present for a long time. People become afraid that any movement will cause damage. But pain does not always equal harm. In many cases, pain is the nervous system being overly protective. Gentle, safe movement reassures the brain that the shoulder is not in danger. Over time, this reduces pain sensitivity. This is why calm, controlled movements are so powerful. They don't just change muscles. They retrain the nervous system. Nutrition also plays a supporting role. Chronic inflammation is influenced by diet, hydration, and overall health. Staying well hydrated helps maintain joint lubrication. Eating enough protein supports muscle repair. Omega-3 fatty acids from foods like fish can help reduce inflammation. While diet alone won't fix shoulder pain, it can make healing easier and faster. It's also worth mentioning when you should seek professional help. If you have sudden severe pain after a fall, complete inability to lift your arm, visible deformity, or numbness and tingling down the arm, those are signs that require medical evaluation. But for the majority of age-related shoulder pain, conservative care and daily gentle movement are extremely effective. As days turn into weeks, something interesting happens. Movements that once caused pain start feeling smoother. You may notice you can reach higher, sleep better, or dress more easily. This improvement often motivates people to move more, which further strengthens the shoulder. This is the positive cycle you want to create. Movement creates confidence. Confidence creates consistency. Consistency creates healing. One of the biggest mistakes people make is stopping once the pain improves. Remember, this 1-minute habit is not just a treatment, it's maintenance. Just like brushing your teeth. It's something you do to prevent problems from returning. The shoulder thrives on regular reminders that it is meant to move. Now let's bring this all together. Shoulder pain after 60 is not a life sentence. It is often a signal that your shoulder needs attention, not avoidance. The rotator cuff is resilient when treated with respect and consistency. You don't need complicated routines or expensive equipment. You need understanding, patience, and daily gentle activation. As we come to the end, remember this: pain does not mean you are broken. It means something is out of balance. By restoring small, intentional movements, you give your shoulder a chance to heal itself. 1 minute a day may seem insignificant, but done daily, it can change how your shoulder feels, moves, and supports your independence. To summarize, shoulder pain after 60 is commonly caused by muscle weakness, poor posture, and reduced movement, not just aging. Gentle daily activation of the rotator cuff can improve blood flow, stability, and pain. Avoid aggressive movements, stay consistent, and support your shoulder with healthy daily habits. If you found this information valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Like this video, and let me know in the comments what topic you want to see next.